I think something like that. Let's just Google exactly. Out of bounds C++ array index. There. Let's see what it's called. It's traditionally array out of bounds. How to fix X? No, it's just out of bounds, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I was using the formal terminology. So here the out of bounds here. Okay. So if I were to say something like, "Give me the index 7," there is no index 7 in this. So that's out of bounds, and that's where bad things happen. Known as undefined behavior. You'll hear that sometimes defined as called UB, undefined behavior, which really just means now your program's not acting deterministically. It's kind of doing random stuff now because you can't rely on it since you used it inappropriately. What's a good example? Let's say you change your oil in your car. So if you change your oil in your car, you can expect your car to drive like normal. That's totally fine. That works. But what if I changed my oil and I put the oil in the gas tank? So I didn't put it in. I didn't put it in the. I didn't put it in the engine. I put it in. Literally, I put it in the gas tank. Then that's what's called undefined behavior. I can no longer expect my car to drive like normal because I just used it improperly. So that just think of it that way. So imagine if you put your oil where your coolant was supposed to go. That's a pretty big problem, right? Just think of it that way. So if you use it appropriately, you're fine. If you go out of bounds, you run into undefined behavior. And you can no longer trust it at that point. You just gotta make sure you fix that. So so far we're good. We know each of these individually are called elements. We know the whole thing is called an array. We use indexes to count or to refer to these elements. So I would say, oh, at index 2, I have the element 4. So I want you to get comfortable with this. At index 1, you have the element 3. What's the element at index 4? It's going to be the element 1, right? It's the value 1. I have the value 1. So that's just how you would kind of refer to it. Cool. So everything looks good. Now let's consider the syntax. So what do I mean by syntax? So how do you create an array now knowing this knowledge? Actually, let's actually create it here. Number one, typically we're going to want to use a constant. You're going to use the const